Hey everyone, Liz Landine here, your Essential Strategy and Action Coach, bringing you your Strategy Slay tip of the day. Today's tip is why ask why. And we hear people talking all the time about knowing your why in life, right? And basically finding out what is it that truly deeply drives you. And that's a really big question. It's extremely important, and it's something we will talk more about in a future Strategy Slay video when we talk about really thinking about what's essential to you. But I'd like to suggest that we also do this on a smaller scale, just day to day on most of the things we're working on, or maybe meetings and invites that we accept, events we attend, people we spend time with, so on and so forth. And so many people are feeling like they're being pulled in so many different directions, and we get caught up in the hustle and bustle and busyness of day-to-day life and work that before we know it, we're booked solid. We have no time to do the things that actually fill us up and recharge us. And we find ourselves just totally scattered and just kind of going through the motions day to day without much of a plan or purpose behind doing the things that we're doing. And some of that feeling of not being in control and feeling overwhelmed is a little bit unnecessary if we simply get in the habit of asking ourselves why when we do something. I think you'll be surprised by the mental shift that occurs, and also see opportunities to better prioritize our time and our effort and our energy when we simply ask that question, why? And many times when we feel, unclear, like we're running in circles and we're super busy, but not really sure if we're being really productive, it's more likely a lack of clarity. It's a clarity issue. And clarifying our purpose or our why, as well as the outcomes, and the outcomes are the what. So clarifying the outcomes we're looking for is a great place to start. I try to do this on my project, so anything that's a little bit more project-based, and certainly it should be done anytime we do anything related to marketing, promotion, outreach, any kind of branding-based effort. Knowing that why and your expected outcomes is really important. So it's just really key to ask those questions, and taking the time to really better understand both the what and the why, or the why and the what, will help you in some major ways. Things like helping you to be able to make better decisions, right? So kind of the decision-making criteria. If you know why you're doing something, you'll also be able to tell when maybe you should say no to certain invitations or meetings. It also helps align your resources. By resources, I mean really important things like money, as well as your time. You only have so much time, right? We can't get more time. So it's really important to make sure you're spending your resources wisely. And then also just helps to clarify your focus. So those are really important things. And there's some questions you can ask yourself to get clear and ultimately, be able to free up some time, or at least be able to make sure you're being efficient with your time and aligning what you're doing with your priorities and with your goals. So questions you can ask are things like, what is the purpose? So if somebody says, hey, I want you to come to this networking event or this event, or they scheduled a meeting, or you're thinking of scheduling a meeting for your team, whatever it is, maybe ask why. What's the purpose? And get really clear on that, because maybe it's not necessary, right? And then to also ask yourself, does this align with my mission and my audience? So, thinking about who that is and making sure that you're spending your time on things that do align with your goals, your priorities. Another thing you can think about is, what am I really trying to accomplish here? What are the expected outcomes? And to help kind of flesh that out, you can ask yourself, wouldn't it be great if, and then fill in the blank, right? So, I'm going to be launching a training coming up soon. And so I could think, wouldn't it be great if people signed up for this free training and then afterwards clicked the button to go to my paid training, right? So that's my outcome. That's what I ideally would like to see happen, but it helps me better understand how I'm going to approach certain things. So I ask these questions when I create like an ad for the training, like I said, or when I host an event, or when I schedule a meeting with someone. I really do try to get clear on this beforehand, and it's been a huge help in ensuring that I'm spending my time in a meaningful and intentional way. So to recap, the main messages for Why Ask Why are: get clear on why you're doing the things that you're doing and what you want the outcome to be. And then make sure that this is a habit throughout your day, and say yes only to the ones that align with your goals so you can be intentional in how you spend your extremely valuable time. Hope you found today's tip helpful and look forward to seeing you next week.